Greetings, fellow crystal gems. Tiki here.
And BlueDragonFive.
And welcome to another thrilling installment of Tiki's Universe, the show where we cover the animated programming that we actually have time to cover because Jacob and I kind of unfortunately abandoned Star vs. Force of Evil after my Disney World trip. Oh, well. But rest assured, folks, rest assured, we're not here to talk about this tonight, but DuckTales coming back in just a couple days for new episodes every day in the month of May. And you know what, Jacob? I don't know if Jacob's going to be on for each and every one of those episodes, but god damn it, if I have to do them as solo vlogs, I will. Anyways, Dragon, we are here today to talk about Season 5, Episode 16 of Steven Universe, entitled Letters to Lars. And god, Dragon, I am so mixed on this episode because it's got some really good bits, like, and pun intended. It's got some really good stuff in here. It's got some good character stuff. At the same time, I have two major problems with the episode. One,
I know one of them is.
I don't even have to say it. We'll get there when we get there.
But aside from that, how did you like the episode?
Okay, my big problem with the episode is that it's a sweet episode, and it's a good kind of check-in, but Dragon, my god, Season 5, we are just fucking running our feet in the sand with this season. I feel like the story is just going nowhere, man. Like, it's literally just every episode is like, all right, check in with Lars in space, check in to see what's happening with the Beach City people. Dragon, there's no momentum, there's no stakes, there's nothing we're building towards. Honestly, I hate to say it, but this episode it had some good character stuff in it, but I kind of question why the hell I'm even watching this show anymore. It's built into nothing, man. It's giving me nothing to work with.
You know, I'd argue that you're not wrong, Tiki, but I'd argue it's more a symptom of, you know, the breaks, the hiatus, and having a really disappointing Steven bomb in the middle of it all. I think that's what's killed the momentum. I don't know, because remember, it was building a lot of momentum, the whole Steven going to space thing. That was a lot. That was like the height of the momentum the season was building to, and the Pink Diamond stuff. So
that's the thing, though. I kind of feel like the season kind of blew its load a little too early, so to speak. I kind of feel like they should have waited towards the second half, because right now I kind of feel like everything going on in the second half of the season is stuff that we would have expected closer to the first half. And like I said, I have no idea what we're even building towards. It feels like a lot of just we're going through the motions with this.
It's like, let me give you an example. Avatar: The Last Airbender would have episodes like this, but the thing is, they never had them consecutively, or like so close to consecutively. That's the issue. You're right, Tig. It's not that it didn't have any momentum. It's just that, again, it lost it in that second half. And you're right. And again, the spaces in between. Again, I feel it might play better. Might being the operative word. It might play better again if you just had them, if you binged them all. But
yeah.
Honestly, again, I can't say for certain because again, it's just the air dates are killing Steven Universe. That's what's giving it's giving the illusion of Steven Universe fatigue when there's no fatigue. There's just a loss of interest because you waited so long.
Okay, yeah, and of course, to address the elephant in the room, I also feel like the fandom for the show just grows more and more toxic by the day, and that's like why people are kind of jumping ship from it too.
You know, I don't really look into that, but I mean, I keep hearing it from you, so I guess it's a real big thing. Because I've only heard one example.
Sadly,
I've only seen two things in regards to the fandom. I saw the one negative bit you directed me to about the whole the rose quartz fan art thing.
Oh, that was was a nightmare.
I've seen I saw one really positive example of it where I saw like Estelle doing like a Steven all these Steven Universe cosplays were like around the stage while Estelle was performing the Stronger Than You songs. I mean, that was like a good example of it. So I don't know.
Well, I mean, regardless, basically what we're trying to say here, folks, is that we're still definitely covering the show, and there is some good stuff to get into with this episode, but man, we are such a long way from those days of like oh god, I still remember the high I was on after Mr. Greg. I was just like, wow, that was
Hey, shake the leg. Hey, shake the leg. It's Mr. Greg.
No, I like legitimately after I saw Mr. Greg, I was like, that might have been one of the single best episodes of any cartoon I have ever seen.
Earl in a top hat. That's all it means. That's all you need. Earl in top hat and tails. That's all you need.
I mean, you know, not to bring up the old like, well, it's good, but it's no Mr. Greg thing, but you know,
on a bumper sticker,
right? But seriously, though, Drag, we haven't gotten anything in season 5 that's even like come remotely close to getting to that level.
I mean, I guess the last time we had something close to that was the I'm trying to remember in the first half. That's why it's not surprising. The whole the big Yellow Diamond, Blue Diamond song. The one where Yellow Diamond had her song about missing. You know, what's the use of feeling blue? That's that episode. That song is probably the last time we had a high point like that. Probably. I mean, again, I might be forgetting something. I think that's pretty. I think it's like the last high point we really had.
Well, regardless, with just a few episodes left in the season, I assume the season's going to end at episode 22.
I thought it was 26. I thought they had like 10 episodes.
Could have been 26. So okay, there's
somewhere between like 9 or 10 episodes left somewhere.
All right.
Anyway, so I guess we should kick this off with.
Let's break it down. Oh, yeah, right. We
are the crystal
gems.
We always save the day.
And if you think we can't, we'll
always find a way.
That's why the people
of this world
believe in
garnet,
amethyst,
and pearl, and Steven.
All right. Okay, well, so we start with a captain's log from Lars's ship, and like I said, Dre, I'm just kind of like I'm to the point where I just sort of want to see Lars go back to Earth. You know, I kind of feel like we're meandering with this whole Lars in space thing a little bit. It's kind of dragging itself out a little bit too much.
Right about that, but let's talk about where the episode really shines. So the structure and the letter concept. I hope the letter concept,
okay,
especially
the letter concept. There's a gag at the very end of the episode.
Yes.
We love it. All right.
That's what I'm saying. I think the letter it could start off cute, but then it turned really clever at the end. Even in the just itself, it's like, okay, it sends a letter. That's a nice way of checking in, like a way we haven't seen before. And it's like, it just sends them a letter. It's going to tell them what's up.
Sure.
I mean, that's nice. And of course, so the point is that the Freeman device is really cool. We'll get into the real cool element of it towards the end, but let's just table that. So Lars is it's kind of an exposition, kind of an expository device of how we explain what's going on. So basically, we don't have to just cram it into an episode later. At least I hope that's what the intention is behind it. So unfortunately, again, we have to take the good with the bad.
Dragon, I have words here.
Let me prompt you for it. Let me get you ready. So essentially, folks, you do have a lot of good in this episode, but by the same token, there's a trade-off. There's kind of a deal with
this. Might be the single worst scene in all of Steven Universe.
Okay, come on. Now you know that the other episode with this character was a lot worse. Come on, you know it was a lot worse than this scene. You got it.
This scene is just anyways.
It's clunky to say the least, but Tiki, tell him what it is.
It's Ronaldo, and I hate this guy. I Dragon
Sure.
Onion is a fucking saint compared to this.
Let me put it to you this way.
I viscerally hate this character. This character is the worst. Just the worst. Oh my God. I cannot stand Ronaldo. I cannot stand him, Dragon. I am at wit's end with Ronaldo. Ronaldo is fucking awful. Just awful. Just so bad. Such a fucking bad character, Dragon.
It's so funny how Ronaldo is everything wrong with Onion but verbalized.
No,
Onion is.
I will give Onion a free pass for life. All right, Onion. No. I'm sorry, but.
Well, I'm just saying, isn't it kind of funny? You have one character who's like very verbal and verbose, and like that's what makes him terrible. And the other character's like he does horrible things, but he's just
Ronaldo
silent.
Might be one of the worst cartoon characters. I like. He is a cancer on this show. He's just the worst, man. I like if it wasn't relatively late at night where I am, I would go off on a fucking tangent if I haven't already. I hate this guy, Dragon. I hate him so much.
Well, I think if I could interpret for a moment here, it's that Ronaldo. Honestly, we're at a point with Ronaldo where it's just he's a lost cause. And I would agree with you there.
Oh
Ronaldo's a
God!
lost.
Oh, please. Okay. Yeah. Obviously.
Yeah, so you know, it's kind of funny though because in the beginning, and even in the beginning, he didn't have a lot
The
to.
one
But
episode of Ronaldo I found tolerable was the one where it kind of went into the backstory with him and Lars.
that's what I'm saying. Like Ronaldo had 2 scenes, honestly, in the whole series. Now I'm just putting in context here. Though, like let's just looking at it like this. He's had 2 scenes, like an episode, if you want to, with the scene you're talking about. If you want to, it is kind of like a Ronaldo Lars episode. So you have that, which again gets into the backstory and kind of what made Ronaldo the way he is. Which okay, it's a good origin for that. The other side of it, I guess the other one would be a hilarious example with the restaurant wars episode where he has like like the girlfriend with the anime and stuff, and he's like, oh, I'm so sad. It's like those are the only 2 really kind of glowing examples of Ronaldo, and because of mainly that first example, like at least me, I've always wanted to give Ronaldo a shot, and it's just like the problem is he's kind of a one-note character. Again, when we get into this thing,
you think? Yeah.
all right, I get it. You're impassioned about it. All right. But yeah,
one note doesn't even begin to cover it with this fucking clown.
I'm just saying that's the initial cancer cell that spreads, Teak. I'm just nailing down where the disease starts. It's that, again, he started off and just like, when we do something outside of the obvious with him, that's when he has potential, but we haven't done that. We've gone the conventional, like, oh my God, he's the overzealous conspiracy theorist, and then it evolves to just being really unlikable and to being a plot device to being an unlikable plot device. That's the evolution of Ronaldo to the point where he's at now, where now he's just, hey, he's voicing in a very annoyed manner, in a very self-entitled manner that, oh, Lars is going, I should have gone to space.
No. But before we get that, he just straight up fucking conveniently forgets that Lars went into space.
Yes, his childhood friend from the.
I'm like, really? I'm speechless. I'm literally speechless at how bad this character is.
All right. Okay, moving on from Ronaldo.
Also, Dragon, I'm just going to point out a nitpick that I noticed in this scene and also one other scene coming up. In this scene, Steven's very off model. He's a lot smaller than he usually is.
Yeah, they keep doing that sometimes where it's just they get the scale wrong on him.
And then there's another scene coming up with some different characters where they are incredibly off model. So we'll get there.
Sure. All right, let's see. So just in general here, I guess he's former Mayor Dewey. I guess now he's Bill Dewey.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? After the Ronaldo stuff, this episode is fine. But
that's what I'm saying, Tiki. It's again, you take that out of the equation, it's a pretty good episode.
Yeah. I like this is probably the best Mayor Dewey episode.
Yeah, I love that we did some on Mayor Dewey finally, because Mayor Dewey has always been fun. In this case, we kind of take him. We do a lot of fun, silly stuff with Mayor Dewey. Again, looking for person. Again, it's a very great logical question. Well, if you have a character who we've known as Mayor Dewey for all these seasons, he's no longer mayor. What does he do?
Mm-hmm.
And again, I like how we solved one problem with another. Of like, okay, what's he going to do? And by the end, of course, big donut.
Mm-hmm.
Makes a lot of sense. Like, okay, give him something to do. He gets to interact with the people. It's kind of the perfect job for him. He was a donut man the whole time. Of course, our new mayor, Nanafua, Kofi's mother, Kofi's mom, Nana. So she's a really take charge mayor. I'm liking her in the mayor position.
Kind of coming up with like contingency plans in case there's a gym emergency.
Yep, got some emergency food supplies, some frozen pizza parts, according to Garnet. And okay, now folks, let's not bury the lead here any further. Of course, the big draw of the episode. Again, let's get Ronaldo out of the way. Let's talk about kind of the big morning glory of it all, folks. Like I pledge allegiance to the crystal gem here. Pearl's back,
and she's got a phone.
Yes. She's back, and she has and I'm back with my cellular phone.
Oh my god!
Oh my god! I loved Pearl. Yes, Tiki. It's like I'm back on the wagon, Tiki. It's like yes.
This is like exactly what we needed more of in this season, really.
Yes, like oh yeah, how do you counteract kind of the salt and dysentery of Ronaldo? Pearl. Yes.
Like A game Pearl right here. This is like
Yes.
Pearl this episode.
We were one. All we needed was like a pearl point. That would have just they would have blown over the mark if like she had like a pearl sticker on the phone or
Or a
something.
top hat.
Or a top hat, yes. But oh my god, here's the thing: we got
Right,
grade A.
that poll I saw on Cartoon Network one time, right, where it was like on the Facebook page where it was like, which character wears the top hat the best? Pearl. Like, let's see, they had like Mordecai from regular show. They had like Jake from Adventure Time, and I'm just Pearl, 1000% Pearl.
Yes. Oh my! Here's the cool thing of Pearl here. We have grade. It's like almost like grading meat. It's like grade A Pearl here in that she's like she's kind of the classic. As the fan name for it is kind of the bird mom Pearl. It's very much what she is. It's kind of it's the most mother. The later scene, she's super motherly, and it's fantastic. And here at the end, she's kind of like the mom with the new technology. Here, it's like my cellular phone, and the whole mass text thing, and just Dee Dee. I believe it's Dee Dee Manga, right? That's her name, right?
Mm-hmm.
I love just the delivery. It's such a simple. It's like a non-line, but it's great here. We're Kiki. Well, no, not Kiki.
Yeah, it's Kiki.
No. Kiki's the other one.
Wow, God, I can't keep track of them. I'm sorry.
Kiki's the younger one who makes the pizzas.
Yeah, well, that's not important.
Oh, Jenny Pizza. Jenny Pizza. Right. Jenny's the one with the phone. So in the band. So Jenny says, "Pearl, is this your first cell phone?" And she says, "Maybe." It's like, oh my god, yes.
Yep.
I was geeking out so hard this episode. Yes, that's my girl. That's my gem. So that's the Farmiga gem right there.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So speaking of
checking with the Sadie killers.
Yeah, they have a kind of an Ash versus Evil Dead style chainsaw.
Yeah.
By the way, I just want to tell you, I'm going to sell you on this even more. And again, it's on Netflix, so it's only a matter of time. The new season ended and ended really awesomely. So, Ash versus Evil Dead, kind of shout out there.
Dragon, I totally believe you, but like we were discussing earlier this evening,
I'm
not an embarrassment of riches when it comes to stuff I need to catch up on.
But isn't that the great embarrassment? Those that have an embarrassment of riches versus embarrassment, like, oh, I have to watch this because like, imagine how miserable you'd be if you're watching The Walking Dead or something right now.
Oh, I'm so glad I gave up on that show.
Exactly. Right now, you got time for other things, grander pursuits, one might say. Anyway. So yes, Sadie and the Sadie Killers, they're rehearsing with Sadie Killer and the Suspects, and of course this hilarious gag where Mayor Dewey. I love how again, this could be a tiresome gag, but just really funny. Where Dewey's just kind of wandering into all the scenes here, and he's like,
it works because it's like a perfect setup for the eventual payoff of the episode.
Yeah, and again, like if you're an astute watcher, you can probably put it together, but at the same time, you're having fun seeing where he's going to get to this point. Like, ooh, I'm a ghost.
First of all, okay, 2 points to this. One, I love that Sadie's like, wait a minute, you got holes in my bed sheets.
Which was hilarious.
And two, I like how Sour Cream is like embarrassed, but he's not like rude about it. He's like, no, Dad, this is supposed to be scary, not ha scary.
I think it's Buck Dewey that Sour Cream's these onions, stepbrother and the other.
Oh, right. My bad. Wait, I'm sorry. Then is it Sour Cream who's
Well, Sour Cream's the one with the DJ with the tall hair.
No, I'm sorry, but who addresses Dewey? Is it Sour Cream or Buck?
Well, I know Buck had the majority of Buck addressed his father, and I think maybe Sour Cream jumped.
Buck. Okay, regardless, I've always liked the fact that Buck Dewey and his father kind of have this, like, Buck Dewey is kind of like the rebel without a cause, but he's the politest rebel without a cause ever. You know what I mean?
If only Tommy Wiseau adopted the visage of Buck Dewey instead of. I
love that Buck Dewey is just like he's like the most loving son in the world, but at the same time he's like feigning this whole like, Dad, you're not doing it right.
Exactly. Instead of you're tearing me apart, Dad.
Right.
All right. Okay, let's see. Moving further down. Oh, Jamie. Let's talk Jamie.
Yep.
Jamie in the laugh guards. That's still funny. I don't know if it's a big laugh. I still thought it was like, hey, lifeguards, and they're on Beach City. Lifeguards, laugh guards. So basically, Jamie has formed a one-man show improv group. Well, he's done one-man shows and an improv group, recularly. And that improv group consists of a great lineup. We have Mr. Smiley, always a good pull. Peridot, Barry. Barb, the mail woman. I use postal work. I forget what the preferred prefix is on that. And Amethyst.
It might have just say, Dragon, this might be like, trust me, the Ronaldo thing is the one thing that, like, I hate about this episode, but pretty major nitpick here. Peridot and Amethyst are just ridiculously off model.
You know what's weird? Because it's so funny. Because here's the thing, I knew there was something off with that scene, but I could not put my finger on it. But
ridiculously off model, Dragon. Go back and look at it.
I remember that Amethyst,
like half the size that they should be.
Yeah, that's the closest thing I could pick up because I couldn't put my finger on. The closest thing I think is maybe for a moment I thought, is Amethyst shorter than she usually is?
Yeah, she's like I said, she's like about half as big as she usually is.
To be fair, though, they could always they could be really snooty and say
that doesn't explain Peridot, though.
You're right about that. I was saying, well, in the case of Amethyst, she can shrink herself.
I understand that, but like I said, that still doesn't explain Peridot being off model. So
yeah, you're right.
Anyways,
all right, let's see. What was it? Well, again, that's the off model, but at the same time, the hilarious thing in this scene, honestly, an image I also would have loved if we had gotten, but Steven in the vast empty crowd with Pearl.
It's so sad to think that, like, Jamie set up all those chairs hoping that he'd get a big turnout.
Yeah, and again, I just love just like clapping Steven, like just kind of Pearl just sitting there again, like the obligatory kind of parent accompanying the child thing. And this idea, Tiki, I was laughing so hard at this idea. I think I was losing my mind because Tiki, folks, it's not just my love of Pearl; it's the fact that we've been so long since we've gotten Pearl. Mm-hmm. I even look like a junkie and going through withdrawal, guys. I need my Pearl. I need my fix of kind of discount Farmiga. I need my pseudo. Okay, discounts are the wrong, like pseudo Farmiga.
Yeah.
So because it's basically they're asking like a classic improv group. They're asking for a suggestion. And the idea that Pearl, like they've been doing this every week, at least for a few weeks now, and every time the two of them go down there, it's like the bonding. It's a little bonding thing they do every weekend, I guess. And the recommendation, she keeps her suggestion is always Steven, do Steven. And then Peridot saying the line that brings it all into clarity. He says, "You say, Steve, we do something on Steven every week." Oh my god! But I like those.
Yeah, that's great.
Oh my god! I lost it at that. So, and we see Amethyst. Obviously, she's not bred for improv because essentially it's like charades with the answers being spelled out. She just she turns into a plunger, so it gives away. It kind of ruins the improv.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think it's about it for the laugh guards.
Okay.
And it was better than last week. That's about it.
Okay, let's see. Oh God,
Greg, take us to the Greg of it all.
Garnet. This is a great little check-in with Garnet. I love the animation of Garnet with the two tennis rackets, hitting the tennis balls.
I love the logic behind what Greg's doing here very much because I love how we keep Tiki again. You got to give season. Wait a minute, when did we get Mr. Greg? It was season 4, right? That's the thing.
I want to say it was season 3, actually.
What's funny? I think you're right, but I just can't.
Hold on. I'm gonna look it up really quick.
My point is, it's been. I just love that a season or 2, however long it's been. I love that we didn't do the obvious cliche thing of Greg lost all his money. We knew the Rugrats thing where Greg lost all his money in one episode. Where I love it. It
was the 8th episode of season 3, so it was kind of early on in season 3. So you see, we've been almost 2 seasons now of that.
That's impressive. He's still been moderately rich for 2.5 seasons so far. That's great.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, again, I love that he's looking into rich guy hobbies right now. Yeah, I love that we keep that ball rolling, man. That's very impressive. We don't do the whole Chucky's a millionaire for an episode.
Oh God, right.
To be fair, there was an episode light on Dee Dee, so I can't really complain about it. So.
Oh God, you and your
she's a bad role model. Anyway,
Ronaldo.
I know who will. You know, we never did see the Fryman's matriarch. We never did see the Fry family's matriarch.
Anyways.
Oh, DD derivative.
Oh, God.
Oh. Anyway.
And PD isn't exactly like a shining rose of a character himself.
To be fair, come on, Petey's a lot better than Ronaldo.
You used to really not like Petey.
I'm saying.
I remember I used to defend Petey. You.
In season 1, I really didn't like Petey. All right, I really didn't like him in season 1.
Oh.
All right, remember they used Petey like very, very sparingly. So he had like maybe like 3 appearances, and I hated the first one.
Hmm.
Anyways, the point is, I like the setup that Petey's got here. Petey's got like the little fry truck, but he does have that attitude. So they never really fixed Petey. He's always got like that. Well, he's like a Lars in training. He's always had that
aggressive. That's the best way I can describe it.
Perfect. Yes, he's quite passive aggressive. All right.
He's a fucking saint compared to Ronaldo. He's Pearl compared to Ronaldo.
Well, I would. Come on, Pearl.
He's Amethyst compared to Ronaldo.
See, that's a lot better. I'll go.
Still a major upgrade. Not quite as dramatic though.
Yeah.
Anyway,
it's like saying it's like a Norma Bates. Well, no, more of an Emma.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Let's see where to next. Again, Greg's doing hobbies. Got the fry stand on wheels, which I love the logic of they painted over Mayor Dewey's truck, so it's like a potato. You can see his head shape in the potato. Quite funny. So then we have the donut solution of it all here, which is great.
Yeah,
we have good music in this scene, by the way. It's kind of good, kind of plot music.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, the donut solution's perfect, and here's a pun-filled comparison. He's filled the hole in himself by filling the hole in the big donut. Well, I thought it was nice. So, and of course, the thing I love, Tiki being I'm a donut advocate myself. All the donuts I love.
Have you ever been to a voodoo donut out of curiosity?
What the heck's a voodoo donut?
Oh, it's a donut chain that does like really interesting like flavor combinations.
Yeah, I'm a brand man, Tiki. I stick to Dunkin' Donuts because any other brand I've tried.
Donuts. I'm a local guy.
See, I've tried.
Crap! I go to my local donut shop, Dragon.
Yeah, I've tried off-brand. I have, and Tiki, I've been disappointed.
Right, well, look, this is going down a rabbit hole of a conversation here. We could have a whole podcast just on this.
My point is, I've been very disappointed by every time I go off-brand, I'm always disappointed.
It's funny, Dragon, because I'm kind of the opposite. Every time I try a Dunkin' Donut, I'm always like, yeah.
Look, D, if you get them in that D, I'm always sad. Again, if you eat them within the day, like donuts, obviously you want to get them. Never get like a donut shelf life at max is 2 days. As in, like if you get donuts, you
honestly,
have to
Dragon. If I get donuts like in the after 12 noon, it's kind of like, all right, that's a little too late.
Anyway, okay, so the point is, of being the regular donut connoisseur that I am on a weekly basis, again, I love my pink donuts. So this bit really struck me like, oh, that's nice. Where Lars reflecting the pink hair
donut thing was probably the most genuine thing in the whole episode. Yeah, that was pretty beautiful, honestly.
Giving it to Lars's parents, that was so nice.
Yeah, that was.
I think this episode has a perfect ending. I really do.
It does.
We show the growth on. Honestly, this episode is less about kind of the goings on of Beach City. At the end of the day, I think at its core, it's about how far Steven and Lars have gone. And that they're really friendly and really nice to each other now.
Yeah, you're right.
I love the end where Steven, he pops out. We reveal
It's perfect. It's like he's just been poking out of Lars's head the whole time, reading the letter.
Again, we thought it was like just him imagining Steven reading the letter. Nope. But again, Tiki, this is like a Mr. Greg
puppet style meta gag.
Again, it's like a Mr. Greg kind of rich guy conceit where he's returning a trope on its head of like, you know what? It's we're not doing like it's like Lars is having like a cutesy line at the end of it. Well, no, we're gonna like kind of take the sentiment away by it, but then we're gonna bring it back instantly, saying, no, he was there the whole time reading it. But you know what? Lars thanks him anyways, and of course he does point out the fact that I don't even know who half these people are. Who the heck is Paradox? Which is funny and very observant. You gotta give. Is
Uh-huh.
that the thing? Well, they've been dropping the ball. I blame Cartoon Network more so in the air dates. I want to make that clear. Steven Universe, I can't hold against the series until I see the end of it, so I can really judge it. But until I see the end of the season before I can judge the season, because I'm blaming the air dates. But I mean, it's a great point that they're making there. Like, yep, never met Peridot.
All right, so that's about it.
Yeah, thanks him for the
I
letter.
express something like, have you heard of the leak controversy with Steven Universe?
The leak controversy.
Yeah, apparently Cartoon Network like accidentally leaked some pretty major spoilers about season 5. I don't know what they are, just for full context. I haven't really looked into it, but you haven't heard anything about that, right?
All I can only just I haven't. I mean, I haven't. I always Tiki whenever Steven Universe a Steven bomb drops, there's always like a little video that says leak or something. So I mean, I'm used to seeing like leak mention. I just never don't put much stock in it.
Well, I'm saying this is something that the cartoon community as a whole is kind of covering. Like this isn't just like a fake thumbnail type thing.
I just figure like yeah, I've always seen like the leak with like in a thumbnail of like some video somewhere. I just never put much stock in. But you're telling me that there's like an actual.
No, I'm telling you, like this is like stuff that like legit, like top of the line cartoon community people on YouTube are covering.
That's. I gotta wonder, is it a strict, like, what are they, oh, you know what it might be, Teague? I'm gonna theorize this, just because, bear in mind, it's just you telling me this in the moment here, so I'm just, what if it's Cartoon Network desperate for attention for Steven Universe, because they
totally
botched,
that, honestly.
Because they botched it with all these, with the spacing and the air dates of all this stuff. It's like, guys, we need to get attention, we need to get attention, we need to get interest in Steven Universe again, and if I were to guess, I'm just gonna guess that most of the leaks are in relation to the diamond stuff. Are probably building to at the end of the season. Because again, we know we've been building some diamond stuff. So I'm thinking pink and more pink stuff and definitely white diamond. I would imagine those are the big kind of probably the link kind of eye catching stuff they'd be throwing out there.
Okay.
Anyway,
all right. So final thoughts. I freaking viscerally hate the Ronaldo scene, but other than that, it's a really good episode. I thought the Mayor Dewey stuff was, was a good wrap up. I thought the bit with Lars's parents was very heartwarming. Awesome Pearl moments, some good character stuff with Garnet, some good character stuff with Greg. Overall, very solid, very solid. I fucking Ronaldo is just a cancer at the heart of the show, though, unfortunately.
Well, I agree with a lot of your Ronaldo points. I don't feel as viscerally about them, but by the same token,
I hate him so much. Dragon.
Honestly, by this, real quick, so I get my dig in.
I hate Ronaldo as much as you hate Sausage Party.
Oh my god! Oh god! That's a deep hatred right there. I mean, the only thing that's worse than that. I mean, the only thing you could say that honestly, Tiki and I both like. There's no words for like the hate that we feel for another things that. Your Teen Titans Go, it's probably the collective hate that we have. Yeah.
Honestly, Dragon, I might hate, like, keep in mind, I'm sure you hate Teen Titans Go more than Ronaldo, but honestly, as someone who, like, I watched the original Teen Titans, I'm just not, very attached to it, so I might hate Ronaldo more. Wow. I really might.
I mean, you got to remember, Tiki, like Teen Titans Go is kind of, even if you don't know Teen Titans, it's still kind of a cancer in like what passes for a show, what passes for like,
right.
This is funny. This is
Teen Titans Go is kind of like a cancer on the whole network.
See, that's the thing. I would say, I think you're blowing. Again, you're entitled to your opinion. I think the way you compare Ronaldo to a cancer, I think, is more aptly applied to something like you could actually systematically and analyze as a cancer, like Teen Titans Go, where again you just feel very strongly about Ronaldo, which of course I get. In a way, I kind of more comedically, I feel similar way about Onion, and Onion does have a bit in this episode though where he's in the big donut at the end. And he has a crowbar. The implication he's gonna like bash the place and smash and grab. So, I mean, I'm just saying that like Onion's like he's like Satan hanging around secretly in the show at times.
But I appreciate that though, Dragon. I think Onion has like a subtle, like, dark humor streak to him.
I know he seems like a little anarchist, and he's just these little.
What's the problem with that?
I don't know. He's just
anarchist in a show full of like overly nice people. I feel like that's a good contrast.
I don't know. Anyway, the point is, so my point is, in Bernardo aside, where again I get it, but I said I don't feel as passionately about.
It's not just the fact; it's the fact that Ronaldo scene just really dragged, and it was just like it was hitting like two really really annoying bits with Ronaldo, where it's like not only is he stupid enough to not remember Lars going up into space for some inexplicable reason, but also he's just like, oh, why couldn't it have been me who's going on the dangerous journey? Who is me? Oh, I'm such a selfish asshole. You know.
My end of the day, my point is like I agree with you. Like skip the first 2 minutes. I think you'll have a better time. I think everyone will have a better time with the episode.
Oh
It's
yeah.
solid. It's a solid. It's a good time. It's kind of a again minus those first 2 minutes. It's very much kind of pleasantries of the episode in terms of exposition. It's like pleasant exposition. That's really what the episode is.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, folks, thanks for joining us. And like I said, we are going to do our very best throughout this the DuckTales marathon that's coming up in May to do stuff every day that show is airing. So keep with us on that. And in the meantime, we are the Crystal Gems. We'll always save the day. And if you think we can't, we'll always find a way. That's why the people of this real believe in Tiki
Dragon
and
and Steven.
Steven.
Do one on Steven.